What happened to Danniella? Sin in the Bible Belt. The Disappearance. In July of 2018, Danniella Vian was a 25-year-old working mother focused on building a better life for herself and her young daughter. She had recently begun setting goals. One of the goals she was most excited about was finally owning her own car. It meant freedom from relying on friends or family for rides. It meant independence. On July 17, 2018, Danniella set that goal in motion. A friend drove her to the bank to withdraw money. Danniella then went to the dealership, where the salesman walked her through the features of the car. One of those features was a GPS tracking device so the car could be located and repossessed if payment stopped. She made the initial payment and left with her 2014 deep blue Chevy Cruze. After leaving the dealership, Danniella bought her daughter a backpack for school. She ran into some of her co-workers and chatted. She met a friend at Hero Sports Bar and Grill. After a bit, she left for a different bar, Dublin, with some new acquaintances, a man and a woman. Danniella was never seen again. What the witnesses say: the woman told police that where Danniella would have needed to turn left to reach Ollie's, instead, she followed the man and turned right. The woman noticed this and found it odd, but did not think much of it at the time. The man told police that Danniella followed him for 15 minutes before Danniella flashed her headlights at him, signaling for him to pull over. They stopped at a Shell gas station at Interstate 65 and Government Boulevard. Danniella told the man that she had left her phone behind at Dublin. The two turned around to go back to retrieve it. While driving back, the man later said he noticed that Danniella eventually was no longer behind him. The investigation. Days passed without anyone hearing from her. Family and friends became increasingly alarmed, and after several days, a missing person report was filed. In interviews, the grandmother of Danniella's daughter stated that it was extremely out of character for her not to return home or contact her child. News of Danniella's disappearance spread quickly. Police verified that at 11:07 p.m. on the night of her disappearance, the GPS device in Danniella's car unexpectedly shut off, but despite extensive searches, no trace of the vehicle was found. Her face and her car appeared on billboards, websites, and newscasts. A reward was offered for information. Family and friends organized fundraisers, handed out flyers, and hung posters throughout the area. For 9 months, there were no answers, no confirmed sightings, no tips that led anywhere, no sign of Danniella. Then, in May of 2019, a surprise discovery would change everything. The discovery. On May 2, 2019, officers with the Mobile Police Department were conducting a diving training exercise in Bayou Sara, located in Saraland, when they discovered a vehicle submerged in the water. It was pulled from the water, and human remains were found inside. After DNA testing, the remains were identified as Danniella Vian. Medical examiners stated that the cause of death was undetermined due to the condition of her remains. Investigators announced that they believed Danniella's death was accidental and that foul play was not involved. Her family and friends disagreed. Unanswered questions. As loved ones searched for answers, they uncovered something unexpected. Danniella's car, the same car that had been recovered from Bayou Sara and described as having major water and flood damage, had been sold in an online Ukrainian car auction for $25. A friend of the family and advocate for the case, Shauna Hayden, said there were other reasons the family believed Danniella's death was not simply an accident. I think the biggest thing for most is explaining how she got from Government Boulevard at Stadi I-65 to Bayou Sara in the shape she was in, Hayden said. Why she was there was also a mystery. Danniella had no known connection to Saraland, and the drive to Bayou Sara requires navigating numerous turns through residential neighborhoods. 10 months passed between Danniella Vian's disappearance and the discovery of her remains. 4 years later, many questions remain unanswered. How did her car travel where it did? Why did the GPS shut off? How did her car end up sold in Ukraine? Most importantly, how much was missed in the earliest hours after she vanished? If you have any information about how Danniella ended up in Bayou Sara, please call Mobile Police.